Disclaimer: this video is an imagination written by author's perspective. It has nothing to do with real life. It's only for entertainment purpose. I own the storyline and narration. So please don't copy and repost my work. Thank you. Fine. No, mom, you don't have to talk to him. I was never his first choice. He loves Elisa, so let him go back to her for his happiness. You sat with teary eyes and left from there. Your mother in law smiled sadly after hearing your words. Mrs. John, he is my son, and I know that Elisa is not his happiness. Mrs. John, I know my Jungkook very well, and I know that he can't choose a girl like Elisa over Ryan and his family. There is something fishy, and I have to talk to him about this. She sat to herself and then started eating her breakfast without thinking about this all. She decided that she'll talk to Jungkook about this and make everything clear. You come in your room and saw your daughter, Jessie, is playing with her hands. You smiled while looking at her and picked her in your arms and started kissing her all over her face. She is the only strength you have, and because of her, you are still strong and bearing this all with a smile on your face. Just then, you heard doorbell ringing. You thought it's maid who come back from the market with groceries, so you went towards the living room to open the door with your daughter in your arms. You come to the living room and saw your mother-in-law open the door and you saw Elisa. Your eyes became widened and you became shocked after looking at her. You don't know why your heart started beating so fast after looking at her, and a fear is visible on your face. Whenever she comes, your life always takes a turn which hurts you. Your mother-in-law is also looking at her with confused face. Elisa, let me enter inside, mom, she said with a fake smile. Mrs. Sean, sorry to say, dear Elisa, but I'm not your mom, so call me Mrs. Sean or Aunt Sean, okay? She also said with the same fake smile. Mrs. Sean is savage. Now Elisa don't have anything to say, so she just gave a stare to her and entered inside and come towards you, Elisa. Oh Van, I really missed you. She come and hugged you and then started playing with your daughter. Her intentions towards your daughter is not looking good because she is giving same dark stare to her. She has a fake smile on her face and you know that, which make you uncomfortable, so you take your daughter back and asked her, Van, Elisa, what are you doing here? Elisa, oh actually I'm here to meet Jungkook. Where is he? She asked while looking here and there and your heart broke. So many thoughts and questions started coming in your mind that why she wants to meet Jungkook and how can she come here to meet him. When he went to his office, you sat coldly without looking in her eyes and she smirked while looking at your sad and uncomfortable face. Elisa, I thought he's taking rest and take a day off because last night he was very tired. Okay then, I'm going to his office, she said and then left from there. Your eyes started getting teary after hearing her. Last night Jungkook was really tired. That means she was with him and with her he have his dinner. Your mother-in-law come towards you and hugged you tightly. She can feel your pain and just then your father-in-law also come there and asked, Mr. John, why Elisa come here and what happened to Ryan? He asked with worried face and Mrs. John told him everything. Mr. John, I'm done with this Jungkook and Elisa. Let him come back. I'll teach him. He said angrily and then left from there. Mrs. John, Ryan, don't be sad. Mrs. John, she did all this purposely. She is trying to create misunderstandings between you and Jungkook, so ignore her, she said and tried to console you. Ryan, no mom, Elisa is not trying to create any misunderstanding between us. Because our marriage is already weak, then why she needs to do this all? Wine, Mom, everyone knows about us that we are not in perfect marriage, and Jungkook don't love me. And his first and last love is Elisa. Then how can we blame Elisa? You sat and then left from there with teary eyes, and Mrs. Sean is just standing there helpless, who can't help you. You come in your room and started packing your and your daughter's stuff. Now you can't live here anymore. You packed everything and decided to wait for Jungkook. Tonight you'll ask him for divorce and you'll set him free. Then he can freely go to Elisa and have a relationship with her. From now on, you decided to part your ways from him. This decision is not easy for you because you never wanted to stay away from him. He is your first love and you want to spend your life with him. But destiny planned something else. And you have to accept your fate and move on from him. You can't force your love on him and you can't live with him without his will. You decided to leave him now. This decision is better for both of you because it's better to leave this marriage than staying with each other. But then you looked at your daughter who made you rethink your decision. Jesse and Jungkook both are so close to each other and you don't want to separate them. You know that Jungkook don't loves you, but he really loves his daughter. You are just thinking that how Jungkook and Jesse live without each other, and this thought again made you weak and rethink your decision. But you have to act strong. Jungkook can't have everything. If he need Elisa in his life again, then he have to lose his family. To get something, he has to lose something, and he can't live with his daughter. Time skip 2 hours later. You are waiting for Jungkook and your daughter is sleeping peacefully. Just then you heard your room's door clicking sound and Jungkook entered inside. He come inside and removed his coat and he was about to go towards bathroom to take shower, but he stopped suddenly because he saw your luggage near wardrobe. He looked at you with confused face. Jungkook, when are you going somewhere? He asked with a little sad tone and you just nodded. Jungkook, where? You didn't even told me. Van, yes, just like you didn't told me that you were with Elisa. I'm going to my house forever, Jungkook. Now I can't stay here. You sad and your eyes became teary after saying this. Only you know how much pain you are feeling while saying this. Jungkook's eyes also became teary after hearing this. His heart is also feeling same kind of pain which he wants to hide but he can't. Jungkook, but why you wants to leave suddenly? He asked while shuddering. When I finally realized, Jungkook, that I also have self-respect. I can't continue this marriage who has no future. You were my good friend, so I want your happiness. Van, and I know your happiness is Elisa. I'll file for divorce very soon. Then you are free, Jungkook. You can marry Elisa. You said with a painful smile on your face. Jungkook is just listening to you with so much pain and thoughts in his heart, but he can't say those words to you and he can't express anything. Vine, now I think I should leave. Jesse will miss you a lot. Take care. You said and picked your daughter in your arms and take your luggage. Just then your daughter woke up and started crying. You are trying to calm her down, but she didn't stop crying and she is crying non-stop. Maybe she also know that she is going away from her father. Jungkook tried to take her, but you didn't let him hold her because if you hold her, then it will become impossible for you to take her back. You just left with your luggage without looking back. Jungkook also followed you. You come in the living room and you were about to leave, but just then your father-in-law and mother-in-law also come there because Jesse was crying so loudly. They saw you leaving with your luggage, which made them shocked. Mrs. Sean, where are you going, Van? With Jesse? She asked with sad expressions. Mr. John, Van, please don't go, dear. Your father in law said with teary eyes. Why, Mom, Dad, please don't stop me. You replied with tears in your eyes. Then you left the house with your daughter, and your mother in law ran towards you to stop you. But Jungkook held her hand and stopped her, which made her angry. Mrs. Jeon, Jungkook, stop her. She's living with your daughter. How can you be so heartless? She's your wife, so stop her, she said while crying. Jungkook, Mom, it's better for her to leave me. I'm not stopping her because I know the reason, he said, and his eyes are also speaking a lot. To be continued. Thanks for watching.